The Colosseum, an iconic symbol of ancient Rome, was far more than just a structure of stone and mortar. It was a living stage where history, culture, and human drama unfolded before tens of thousands of eager eyes. This massive arena, formerly known as the Flavian Amphitheater, was constructed not merely as a venue for entertainment, but as a tangible reflection of Rome's might and sophistication. Rising proudly in the heart of the Eternal City, it stands as one of the greatest architectural achievements of the ancient world, a remarkable testament to Roman ingenuity, and a showcase of their unrivaled ability to blend engineering, art, and spectacle. Yet what made the Colosseum truly extraordinary was not only its grand presence above ground, but also the hidden world that lay beneath its arena floor. Below the sand and timber stage, there existed a labyrinth of chambers, corridors, and machinery that gave life to the spectacles above. Gladiators sharpened their weapons in the dimly lit tunnels, wild animals snarled in wooden cages, and stagehands prepared elaborate effects that would astonish the crowds. The Colosseum was not simply an amphitheater. It was a masterpiece of design, a showcase of Roman ambition, and the embodiment of their enduring spirit of spectacle. But how, one may ask, was all of this even possible? How did the Romans stage such jaw-dropping events nearly 2,000 years ago? How did they flood the arena for naval battles, or summon gladiators and wild beasts that seemed to appear from nowhere? In this video, we step behind the scenes to uncover the secrets of the Colosseum, exploring its ingenious design and the groundbreaking mechanics that made it the greatest arena of its time. The Colosseum sits in the very heart of Rome, Italy, surrounded by an extraordinary collection of monuments and landmarks. Even today, millions of tourists flock to gaze upon its weathered arches, but in antiquity, this place was not just a solitary wonder. It was the vibrant core of Roman life. Around the amphitheater stretched a district bustling with activity, where temples, fountains, arches, and gladiatorial schools converged to make the Colosseum the epicenter of the city's social and cultural energy. If we travel back in time to its prime, the area surrounding the Colosseum was alive with movement, noise, and spectacle. The Ludus Magnus, the largest gladiatorial school in Rome, stood nearby. It was here that gladiators, many of them slaves or prisoners of war, lived, trained, and bonded as they prepared for their moment in the spotlight. One could hear the clashing of swords on wooden shields, the grunts of men in training, and the harsh commands of their instructors. Not far from the Colosseum rose the Meta-Sudans, a towering conical fountain believed to have reached a height of 17 meters. It provided refreshment to weary Romans, and legend tells us that victorious gladiators would gather at its base to cleanse their wounds and wash away the dust and blood after a day in the arena. Equally striking was the Arch of Constantine, which still stands proudly beside the Colosseum today. This massive monument, 21 meters high and 26 meters wide, was a celebration of Emperor Constantine the Great and Rome's military victories. For the people of Rome, it was a permanent reminder of the empire's strength and the divine favor they believed guided their destiny. Close by stood the Temple of Venus and Roma, thought to have been the largest temple in the city. Its two great chambers, mirrored back to back, housed the statues of Venus, goddess of love, and Roma, the divine embodiment of the city itself. Towering above the landscape, however, was the colossal bronze statue of Emperor Nero, later modified to depict Saul, the sun god. At over 30 meters in height, it dominated the skyline and inspired the nickname Colosseum for the amphitheater that stood beside it. Though the official name remained the Flavian Amphitheater, honoring the emperors Vespasian, Titus, and Domitian who oversaw its construction, it was this statue, and the spectacle it represented, that gave rise to the enduring name we know today. The scale of the Colosseum was unlike anything the ancient world had seen. Standing more than 50 meters tall and stretching 189 meters long by 156 meters wide, its colossal proportions surpassed even the Statue of Liberty if measured from base to torch. This immense size was not an accident. It was a deliberate statement of Roman dominance, a declaration that the empire's ambitions knew no bounds. With seating for over 50,000 spectators, it dwarfed all other amphitheaters, becoming the largest ever built and a marvel that rivals the stadiums of our modern age. Inside, the arena floor measured 83 by 48 meters, large enough to accommodate not just gladiatorial combat, but elaborate reenactments and even mock naval battles. Its surface was made of wood covered with sand, both to absorb the blood of the fallen and to give fighters traction as they fought. It is from this sand that we get the very word arena, derived from the Latin arena. Remarkably, the Colosseum was constructed with astonishing speed. Work began under Emperor Vespasian in 72 AD and was largely completed just 8 years later under Titus, with Domitian adding the finishing touches 2 years after that. This rapid pace was only possible because of the empire's vast manpower, organizational skill, and access to resources. At its base lay a 12-meter thick concrete foundation, a double layer of Roman cement that stabilized the structure on the city's soft soil and has allowed it to endure for nearly 2 millennia. The exterior design of the Colosseum showcased Rome's mastery of both architecture and symbolism. The facade rose in 4 levels, each with its own distinct character. The first 3 levels displayed arches framed by columns of the 3 classical Greek orders. The first level bore the sturdy Doric columns, simple and powerful. The second displayed the more elegant Ionic columns, with their distinctive scroll-shaped capitals. The third level soared with Corinthian columns, richly decorated and intricate. This ascending order was not just a decorative flourish. It was a deliberate expression of progression, a nod to Rome's inheritance and adaptation of Greek traditions, and a visual statement of sophistication. The arches themselves once housed statues of gods, heroes, and mythological figures, tying the Colosseum to the divine. The fourth and uppermost level, known as the Attic, was different. Here, a solid wall with rectangular windows and decorative shields was punctuated by Corinthian pilasters. Beyond aesthetics, this level had a vital function. It supported the massive velarium, the retractable awning that shielded spectators from the relentless Roman sun. The Colosseum's entrances were marvels of crowd management. At ground level there were 80 entrances, 76 of them numbered to direct the general public efficiently to their seats. This organizational foresight was unparalleled for its time, ensuring that tens of thousands of spectators could be seated or evacuated in a matter of minutes. 4 entrances, however, were reserved for the elite. The south entrance led directly to the emperor's private box, known as the pulvinar. From here, the emperor could preside over the games like a god surveying his subjects, a potent reminder of imperial power. The north entrance was designated for magistrates, the high officials who governed Rome's civic and judicial life. To the east lay the Gate of Life, through which gladiators made their grand entrances, parading before the emperor and the people. To the west was the grim Gate of Death, the exit for the lifeless bodies of fallen men and beasts. Together, these entrances symbolized the duality of the arena, glory and death, triumph and tragedy. The seating plan of the Colosseum reflected the rigid social hierarchy of Roman society. Proximity to the arena was a privilege reserved for the most powerful. The lowest tier of marble seats was for senators, men of influence and wealth, who reclined in luxury while watching the brutal combat unfold. Above them sat the equestrian class, the equites, a noble rank involved in both commerce and government. The third tier was for ordinary Roman citizens, divided into wealthier citizens in the lower seats and poorer ones higher up, a division that visually reinforced the economic disparities of Roman life. Finally, at the very top, under Emperor Domitian, a wooden gallery was added for the lowest classes and even slaves. Though far from the action, these seats allowed even the most humble to partake in Rome's grand spectacles, making the Colosseum a unifying arena where all layers of society gathered beneath one sky. For nearly 500 years, the Colosseum remained in use, hosting everything from gladiatorial combats to executions, beast hunts, theatrical plays, and mock sea battles. It was the stage upon which Rome projected its power, wealth, and grandeur. Though its games ended with the decline of the empire, its stones still stand today, weathered yet unbroken, a testament to Roman ingenuity and a reminder of a civilization whose ambition shaped the world. We loved making this video so much that we actually turned it into something you can keep. We've created this incredible Colosseum poster, and you can grab one now to support the channel. And because we appreciate you, we're also giving one away. Just leave a comment below sharing your favorite Colosseum fact from this video, and we'll announce the winner in our next upload.